Hello everyone, welcome back to the course. So in this video we are going to talk about what is Jenkins and then how we can install Jenkins inside our own PC, which can be Windows, Mac or Linux machine. So first thing, let's talk about what is Jenkins. Jenkins is the open source software which is available for free. You can download it without any cost, and we can use Jenkins in order to achieve continuous integration and continuous deployment as well. We can install Jenkins either inside our local PC, or we can also install Jenkins inside any server. That server can be AWS, Microsoft server or any Google server. It can be anything from where you can uh, access that Jenkins, and then you can start working on that Jenkins for achieving continuous integration and deployment. As we have talked about continuous integrations, let's quickly talk about what continuous integration is. So continuous integration is basically a development practice that requires developer to integrate code into a shared repositories at a regular interval. So what that does mean is, with the help of continuous integration, suppose that there is a project where multiple developers are working. So you have got your copy of work, your colleague has got your copy of work, and then there is a shared repository which we say that GitHub. Okay, so what you will do is you will put your code to GitHub, and then from GitHub your colleagues, your other developers are also going to get the data from GitHub. So what will happen, whatever the data, whatever the code you have developed, every single developer will also have the updated copy of that code, so that they don't conflict or they don't accidentally override your changes, or you don't accidentally override their changes. And that is why we have learned the concept of Git and GitHub in the previous lectures. And this concept is also going to remove, that's why we have talked about the issues. We already have talked about the issues, what issues can occur if we are not using continuous integration concept. So that is why the main purpose of using this continuous integration or introducing this continuous integration was to resolve the issues of the software development life cycle which we can occur. And what kind of issues we can occur, we have already discussed about overriding the coded codes, or facing the problem of conflict into the various code files. Now let's quickly see how we can install this Jenkins. To install the Jenkins, this is the URL that we need to do. We need to go jenkins.io/download. And if you are in Windows machine, I will suggest to download the WAR file. And if you are in PCs like Mac OS or Linux machine, download the file, download the archive or binary files for those systems supported. Once you have downloaded, if you are using PC or Mac, just go ahead and run the installer. It is going to install and it will ask you to follow some instructions. You have to do that. And if you are using Windows, what you need to do is, you have downloaded the WAR files. You need to find out where is the location of that WAR file, and then execute this command, which is java-jar your var file, and then --http port. What is the port number where you want it to execute your Jenkins? So let's quickly see this. So we are here in the URL which we have discussed, and I will suggest always download this LTS file. LTS is the stable version, and this is basically the version which is being used by the developers, or we can say that this is the beta version. So this is generic Java package which is for Windows, and then you can download like you also have one MSC file which is download installer. If you want, I will not suggest to use this because this is the best way to install. For macOS you have got this, and then you have got this as well for Linux. So just download based on your PC, and once you have downloaded, you will see a file like this. This is very small file of approx 64 to 65 megabytes. Once you have downloaded, you can see here this is the jenkins.war files which I have downloaded for my purpose. Go to that location, open the command prompt over here. Once you have got the command prompt, what you need to do is, command is java-jar, then you need to find your Jenkins file. So what you will do is, you will type and then hit a tab. It is going to read your file, whatever is. It is jenkins.war. Then say hyphen hyphen http port. Okay, the second P is in capital for port, and then we need to give what port we wanted to have. Suppose that I wanted to install my Jenkins at the port number 9090. Now why we are defining the port explicitly here? The reason is because there might be some other processes which are running on the default port 8080. So we don't want it to get into the conflict. So just hit enter. What it is going to do is it is going to extract your jar files. It is going to install the Jenkins inside your PC, and then it will tell you either the Jenkins has been installed into your PC or not. So we will wait for 1 or 2 minutes and we will see if there is any issues or we are successfully able to install this Jenkins. So once your installation is done, you will see a screen like this. You can see here the Jenkins setup is required, an admin user has been created and a password is this. Okay, this is the password that we have got. So what we need to do is we just need to go to our browser. In the browser we need to search for localhost colon 9090, and this localhost 9090 is going to open up the interface where we can set up the password here. You can see here it is asking the admin password to be put. So we have got admin password from here. So what you can do is you can just copy this admin password and you can paste it here. If you're not able to copy, this is the location where you will find your admin password. Go ahead and click on continue. So once you will click on continue, it will ask install selected plugins or suggested plugins. Just go ahead and say install suggested plugins. So it will do is it will install all these plugins inside your PC. It will say it takes some time. So you just need to wait for the installation of all these plugins, and once it is done, we'll talk about the next step of what we need to do. So if you see some screen like there are some plugins which has been failed, if you want to retry, you can just retry, or you want to continue, you can click on continue. So I'll just click on continue here. It will ask me for the user, so I'll just put the username and password. Okay, so make sure that whatever the password you put here, it is very important to rename. So you'll just need to put that, and I'll put up our email and our name over here, and then click on save and continue. Now this is your URL 9090. Click on save and finish. Start using Jenkins. So once you see this screen, Jenkins is ready. That means your setup, that the installation setup of your Jenkins is ready. And this is the UI part of our Jenkins where you can log in, or log out, or you can see your profile over here, the user that you have. And this is the dashboard where we are going to create pipelines. We can create more users. We can see the history, and we can also install and set up our Jenkins as per our needs. So we'll see this all these things into the coming lectures. So this is it for this video to set up the Jenkins, and thank you for your time. We will meet into the next video where we will talk about how we can set up a pipeline in Jenkins.